All right, so recently, and by recently I mean like a month and a half ago, I encountered a really weird scenario in Mega Random. And I figured I'd show you guys, because I honestly felt like this was the best thing to do, and it's not your normal type of game. So what do we start with? We start with 3 pre-built farms. We start with 2 horses. I'm Goths here, and we didn't start with any houses, so we did immediately both get Loom. Kind of hurts, because Loom's in for me instantly. But I'm then housed anyways, so the whole instant loom thing doesn't feel quite as strong. We got lots of pigs. We got the big old bush. That's right. You logged onto the internet to see some bush today. And I guess it's not supposed to be like that. Or it's not always like that, because he's got the double bush over here. We got 1 boar. We got a bunch of goats in the back, at least for him. My goats are very much forward. And then notably, 0 stone on the map. So, and all the wood's on the outside. So you look at it from my perspective, my golds are very far forward. It's very hard to wall these in. If you look over at his side, he can naturally wall and protect that massive gold and his wood. So that's really bad for me. And there's not a lot of distance between us. So I had just played this player. This player's name is Blade. And this is like 2 months ago. I think his elo is 100 elo higher. I'm scratching 2K4 these days. We'll see if I can get back up there. But, I played him a lot, and he's really adaptive on Mega Random. And I'd say usually he's able to determine what the best, play is for the map, right? I might have looked away. He lost one of his horses, so he still has the other one. But I'm thinking through my options here as I try and quick wall to kill his horse. And I just wasn't really sure what to do here. See, if I'm going to scout his map, I'm going to see his resources, and I'm going to then, make a assessment on what he's doing. But with 3 pre-built farms, with the boar, with all the hunt, and with all the pigs, and with all the berries, this is definitely a fast castle map for someone who can wall. I didn't feel like I could realistically wall my gold, because my gold was so exposed. And then here. Now I get into his base, and I'm like, well, hold on a second. His wood's on the back, his hunt's on the back. He's got endless food underneath the TC. Obviously, I can't, take down the TC in Feudal Age. I'm seeing the walls already. And all of the all the normal strategies I would normally go for don't really work. Because one thing that Goths could be really good at is man-at-arms and towers. And there's no stone. So I'm thinking through it. I'm like, come on. What do I do here? I could play archers. I could play skirms into walls. And then I'd argue that the Tatars are just better at that. I could, I don't know, drop a market and buy stone to build a couple towers, but that feels like, a really big risk. Again, I'm seeing the walls. I'm realizing I just can't do this. I don't have the safe gold in the back. It's just a bad map. So I decided, let's switch it up a little bit. So I was starting to send more to wood, and I said, his greatest protection is his town center, right? Everything that he needs, is underneath that TC right now, because he's Tatars. You get more food on the pigs. He's got how many pigs remaining? He's got, I can click them. He's got 900 food, plus the Tatar bonus, right? Over 1,000 food right there. So I'm like, I got to make it messy, because I don't just want to run into walls. I expected him to go fast castle. Fast castle into, crossbows, fast castle into something. And then meanwhile, I would probably apply pressure in Feudal Age in a normal game, batter on his walls, he'd house wall behind, and push it back. So, I think I got the right call on what to do here. I've got to take down his TC, guys. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I've got to take down that TC. Now, I saw his horse was here. And so, let me double check. Yeah, he's sitting there, maybe looking at the front of my base to see what I'm going to do, see if I'm going to build a barracks. Yeah, because he's thinking, T90 is going to play Feudal Age. This is standard. It's super nice for me. Look, I even brought back this villager to the hunt because I didn't want him to see the villagers coming forward. Because I noticed that he walled towards his town center. And look at me lurk around a little bit. Looking around. And I'm just hoping that I can fit the TC in, right here. But if he garrisons, he will fire on my town center potentially in that moment. And yeah, okay. The risk is gone. I had my horse there just in case he tried to garrison. And hello, Blade. I am going to try and TC drop you. Or correction, I am TC dropping you. And this is not the game that he wanted. By the way, It was the correct call. He was going FC. He was going fast castle. 24 pop. Without much food underneath his TC, with 3 free farms, with the berries, with the gold in the back. He definitely would have had an easy fast castle if I went for any other type of play. I'm pretty certain of that. So, yeah, I delete my TC. And he's on the way to Feudal Age. I spend 500 food there, and I'm just going to continue to produce vills. And now it's just like, okay, let's make it messy. The goal of any TC drop is to, part of it is to keep them penned in their base. But it is to rush them the second the TC goes down. Now, I need these pigs because I'm going to have villagers in a second that shouldn't be in the TC. And so I'm actually bringing the pigs forward, which is a really big deal. The fact that he doesn't have his horse to intercept that is really nice. I do have a little bit on deer here. I still have villagers on wood. And I'm going to wall this because I don't want to be pressured. And guys, when you're... The town center can fit 15 villagers inside, but he only fires 10 additional arrows, which means having 11 villagers or 12 villagers would be 1 or 2 villagers wasted. Like, they're not adding anything to the TC drop. So you get the 10 inside the TC, and then the idea is vill rush with the rest, because repairing a TC is crazy expensive. Now, if you were to ask advice for people, how do you defend from a TC drop? A lot of people are going to say, well, just don't engage with it. Just, like, let your TC go down. And that's not necessarily true. And I've been TC dropped by the best. I've been TC dropped by Rubenstock, who's like the OG. I've been Rubenstocked. I've been TC dropped a lot by Matza, who is terrorizing on the ladder these days. But, you know, he's trying to keep his TC up here, and he's trying to... Like, he before repairing his TC, he ended up spending some wood on archers. But that's pretty big investment from him, and now he's going to repair. Now he's going to try and hold on. It's honestly, if you're up against someone who can keep their TC running and keep churning out villagers, it gets pretty crazy. One of the best things you can do if you've got archers right now in Red's position is you counterattack. It just seems so silly, right? But a lot of his eco is idle, and he's really struggling for wood. Like, he's trying to make some archers, and now he can't repair that house. And now he can't repair this TC. And now I'm actually on the way to Feudal Age. Don't ask me how. And I'm going to try and create the chaos here. So we could actually end up gaining a vill lead if we're careful with our villagers. We don't want to go too far. But I have gone too far. And whoops. Yep, now he's found these 3 vills. So I'm like, okay, that's not good. That's not good at all. Again, we're walled up at home. I'm on golds. I've got plans to do something eventually in Feudal Age. We lose 2 vills. However, his TC is about to be shut down. My villagers roll into town just to make sure he's having fun, and I say, die, pigs. Does anyone know what happens here, by the way? Those are Tatar sheep. But I killed them. I think that Tatars just get more food from it. It's just based on when they're taking it. I'm wondering if it changes it the fact that I killed them. Maybe someone can leave a comment with that. Anywho, we lost 2 vills. We're about to be in Feudal Age. And he doesn't have a town center right now, so I don't really have a new target to drop one. And I'm going to wait and see if I can find one, and he's going to counterattack. Now, I saw the archers move away here because I obviously still had this vill. Don't ask me how she survived. My plan right now was actually to go to Castle Age. Castle Age and, like, Siege or something. But it's just, like, kind of in full adaptation mode. I see his archers show up. I need to get some quick walls there because he could bring a villager forward and chop that tree. And he's really hoping to get in. And he's undoubtedly, like, not expecting me to be fully walled here. And he misses these vills. So they're going to move off to the side. And I said, okay, I don't actually have the res to go Castle Age now, but I could buy some stone. I built the market. And so now I'm going to drop a tower. Now, I think this tower is actually quite poor. I think the tower should be a little bit closer to the gold. I didn't really think about the tower that much until I realized that he could still take some of that gold later. And I also saw these villagers escape, which is bad, right? Like, I'm trying to deny resources from him. And now he's just able to walk by. So this is kind of the first time that I'm able to realize, like, I've got to stop this in some capacity. His archers are here. And we've turned this into a game that's not a fast castle. That was kind of the goal. And I'm going to make an archer range where my town center used to be. These 3 villagers are going to come over to my TC. See what I mean? Like, that tower doesn't actually range the gold. He's not really heavily on gold, but still, that's not really ideal. And now he's going to buy some stone because he wants to build a tower as well. So it's one of those games. And he's going to build the tower on the front to pressure me. So he's ahead by 2 vills. He does not see, or does he see? No, he doesn't know I have a range in there and I'm making skirms. And I really wanted to counter tower this because this area of my eco is really important. This tower is really good from him because it's a lot of pressure all at once. But I can't do anything about it. I don't have the gold to buy. This was my gold. I am kind of long distance mining this gold right now. We've got him kind of cramped in his base at the moment. But he's going to pressure ours. And here he comes with the archers ready to kill me. But the skirmishers are waiting, and now he's got to drop a staple to go for scouts. Isn't this a crazy game? Like, win or lose, right? I just felt fairly certain that with his map gen, with how good he was, I'm just completely screwed. And I needed to turn it into something else. So, I mean, we've accomplished that, for better or for worse. Here he comes. He's trying to run through again. We get a really quick gate down, which is pretty clutch. Now, unfortunately, he could just delete part of that wall. But we do kill 2 archers there, and now I'm bringing villagers in. Very risky, because if he had the food to create scouts right away, I'd obviously lose a lot more. My skirms are here. They're fully armored. They also have fletching. But the tower's done damage to them. Villagers are being tossed away here, and I still don't have a very big army, and I don't think this was really that worth it for me. And it ends up looking quite bad. Nice hold from him. I think I could have been more relaxed. I think I literally just could have sat in my base with my skirms and my vills. But that's not the mentality I'm approaching this game with. The mentality is to make it crazy. It's to make it messy. And so that's not good. We've lost 10 vills, but I'm going to buy a tower, which can actually disrupt this gold now. And he buys a tower to kind of combat that, but it's really late. Like, really, really, really late compared to mine. I also have this tower, which I really should garrison in. I don't know why I haven't. This is a month and a half ago, so I cannot believe. Wow, I'm an idiot. Okay, well, okay, now I've garrisoned, so I've got 2 towers versus 1. He's lost a couple vills. The only place he can really get gold now would be at my base, funnily enough, right next to my archery range. So he's got to sort that out. He also has a situation where he doesn't have space for farms. And he's escaped enough times now where I'm starting to really want to stop him from going this way. I want to be able to control where he goes. I have to buy more stone for another tower because he's coming to find where I'm all at wood right now. And there's the wood line. We fight back with a couple villagers. We could pull them back to the wood line. That is an atrocious wood line considering how much wood is on the outside. But yeah, the towers are up. We've killed 3 vills. We've killed 4 vills. He's stuck. He's got a lot of idle time. So, kind of crazy game now. And he's got to try and get some damage. These 4 forward villagers, the ones that initially escaped, they will drop a tower now. Which I wasn't in love with. This is an important wood line for me. But I've got gold. So it's weird. But in a game where we're increasingly using the market more and more, I actually have access to gold. So I can, counter tower and buy food even if it need be. Worker efficiency is horrible. Idle eco is bad, but it's bad for both. And I'm just trying to keep him trapped with the main eco. And then I see this, and I'm thinking, are you so... What's wrong with you, dude? Like, how'd you let that happen? I walled this side, I didn't wall this side. So now I see he's escaping. So now he's going to find some gold. We lose another villager here. He does actually bring his archers over this way. I think he knows that I would see him, and he's bringing the archers this way to kind of protect this. Or maybe in the moment I thought... Yeah, it seems like I thought that he was going to try and deny my gold. So I just buy more stone, which is getting really expensive now. And I buy a tower there. And here he comes. He needs food. He's actually going to come take the berries. And I could see this. Like, we started with outposts, so he's coming to my base. This is so stupid. But it's actually a masterpiece. It's actually a masterpiece. I'm so proud of it. Yeah, okay, so now he's going to take my berries. I'm like, bro, get off my bush. Now, it's been a long time since I've used this archery range. So he's probably not thinking I can really do too much with it. Or who knows what he's thinking at this point. He had a couple archers. He's going to loop back around. But, like, where is he supposed to damage me? Everything I have is here. It's all, like, smushed in on the front of his base. And I'm just slowly trying to mass the archers and the skirmishers. This is actually on a different patch, so I think he could have stole my farms. It's bugged right now. Not really sure. Looks like he tried to, though, and it didn't work. And now his army's not here, and I'm like, surprise, bro. I actually have some army now. He's probably increasingly frustrated, like, what? Come on, I thought this was safe. What was I supposed to do? Over here, I'm farming. He's going to drop a tower now to deny those farms because I'm building in his vision. His archers are headed this way, so he does not notice. Probably because it's just not a natural place to look. Now he notices. And then I noticed here. Thankfully, we have the gold. And we buy more stone. We're going to drop another tower. Villagers to attack his tower. Then we can fully garrison our tower. Now his army's got to come all the way back. He doesn't lose everything there. I only killed, okay, 3 vills. Could have been better, but obviously I was really focused on all of this. And this is way more important than just a couple villager kills there. And now he brings everything he's got pretty much to try and defend this. He is adding a few more scouts. Villagers are still walking around the bush. And he still can't take gold. Like, that's kind of the theme right now. He cannot take gold. The game says he has 21 on food, but 10 of that is these villagers here. So that's not exactly ideal. And the micro is looking pretty good for us on this side. One scout's not going to change too much. His archers go down. That scout could get picked off. And I've got him right where I want him. In his base. With no way of escaping. With no gold. And the funny thing is because of the outpost, he could, like, kind of see my eco setup. He could see everything. And this is his life now. And he resigns. I looked away at the critical moment there. Obviously, I killed the scout. I was coming back in to kill these vills. I think maybe instead of going for the food, he should have gone to the gold. Like, I think coming to the berries is probably not the right play. Even just taking this gold would have been a little bit better. But, yeah. We TC dropped because I felt like otherwise we were going to die to a fast castle with just simply a better map. And I think it was the right call. I'm not going to say it was easier than playing standard. Actually, no. I'm going to say that. I think this actually gave me my best chance at winning. Hands down with a player similar in skill level with this matchup. I'm going to say it. Now, was it perfect the whole time? No, it wasn't. But it like made it a different type of game than what it would have been. And it worked out. Now, I wasn't going to upload this. It feels a little flexy, right? Feels like a little like, oh, I've got a YouTube channel. Let's upload the video, show all my viewers we flexed on this guy. It feels a little bit like that. Not actually the case. He messaged me and he said, such a noob for dying to TC drop. Lol, it was a good strat. Had no space, but played so bad. Is it YouTube material? Beat a 2k2 with TC drop. He says, no point fighting it because you probably had all on wood, but you was up fast. So yeah, he messaged me and asked if it was YouTube material. And I was like, you know what? If you think it might be YouTube material, it might be YouTube material. So here we go. It hit YouTube. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. By the way, like, it kind of takes us back to that original point, right? Like, do you fight this TC? I'm trying to think, what does he do, right? I kind of think he did the right things. I think he did the right things. There's a detail here that is actually more important, I feel. And the detail is actually the fact that I was able to bring the pigs forward. That might not seem like a lot, but I was able to consistently, like, well, first off, I had food eco at home, which was nice. So I had the hunt still, and I had the berries. So this is way better than on a normal map where you run out of food. And then, like, I've got food this whole time. So again, it sounds silly, but my villagers, it's not like they couldn't work. And then I also took his berries away from him too. Like, all of that food income was because I brought the sheep with me. And I think if he had his horse to intercept those, that genuinely would have changed a lot of my possibilities there. So feels like a silly detail, but I actually think that was kind of the key. As for him letting his TC go down, I mean, he didn't engage with the TC war, which is probably a good play. He got some archers out, which is probably a good play. He counterattacked, which is a good play. But the TC, if you commit enough to it, is gonna ruffle your feathers anyways. It's gonna make some things happen. So I really am not really sure what he could have done differently in like this stage of the game, beyond intercept my sheep. I think in the mid game, if he just escaped with way more, this becomes a very different game. I think instead of 4, if he just brings more villagers, goes directly to gold first and foremost, just leaves. So he's not trapped and he doesn't need to engage into all the crazy shenanigans that happen like this. This is no bueno for him. But at this point, I already had him kind of trapped and I was already thinking about walling up. So anyways, I'm done rambling. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed the video. Sorry if you got TC dropped this week, but listen, if things are not looking good with the matchup, if you are feeling like you can't even play normal yourself, give it a shot. I mean, it can be frustrating for the opponent, it can be kind of overwhelming, and who knows what can happen. Thanks for watching, guys. Cool videos coming up all week. Spent a day recording here before some time home with family, so streams will be a little light this week. Thank you so much, everyone, for the support, especially on Regicide Rumble 6. If you haven't seen those games already and you're into diplomacy, it was an amazing event. So feel free to check that out in the playlist. I appreciate you all watching this on top of everything else, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video.